And welcome to Kentucky Reviews. I'm Radar.
Special K, and this is a Beer 101.
It is.
One of these in a while.
It's been a little while.
So this is going to be talking about the Crowler.
Yep.
Something that's came on the market, I'd say, the past 3-ish years.
It's been really popular the last 3 years for sure.
There aren't a lot of places that do them in Kentucky, but there are a few. So first thing is, what is a Crowler, and what does it do? So a Crowler is a can. It's just simple as this. It's just
a can
like this. This is a 32-ounce can.
But it's an important size.
Yeah, 32 ounces. Essentially what it is the stores or the breweries will can draft beer on site. So normally, if you want a draft beer to take home, you would get something like this.
Your growler. Yeah.
So this is your growler. So your growler, you fill it up, you take it home, you'd seal it. In a good quality growler like this, you'd get 4 days, 5 days out of it.
You get a couple of days out of a growler.
Once it's open, it's one and done. Same with the can; it's going to be one and done.
But it depends on how far they fill it up,
with a
or how well they fill it up as well.
With a Crowler, because it's completely sealed. So essentially, what they do is they're completely sealing the can. So they have a can with no top right here. So this will be gone. They'll fill it up with the draft beer of your choice, and then they have a Crowler machine that will then seal the container, the top to the bottle of the container, which then seals your beer completely away from light and air, which is the #1 enemies of beer.
It is a very cool process. I really like to watch people put the tops on Crowlers.
So then the question comes, why would I use this over just buying a regular can of beer like this,
or maybe a growler?
Or a bottle, or a growler. So why would I use these over any of these guys? Well, the first reason you would use these over these is because draft beer. So when you get stuff that's pre-canned from the factories, due to canning laws, these have to be pasteurized generally. Now, some kegs are pasteurized, but generally most of them are not. So when you get draft beer, the reason it tastes better a lot of times is because it's not pasteurized. If you know what the pasteurization process is, you're essentially boiling.
You're almost getting a different product is what you're getting out of a canned beer versus a Crowler or a growler.
So that's the difference between this and this guy right here. So we'll take that one out of the equation. So what about bottles? Bottles, you're dealing with light. They can get exposed to a lot. Same thing there. Also
it's
pasteurized.
also being pasteurized, yes.
So it's going to be pasteurized. and you have to deal with light exposure to it. So that takes that out of the equation.
So why not get a growler then?
Yeah, which I do still like to get growlers.
I enjoy getting growlers.
This is a 64-ounce growler. Now, for somebody like me, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to sit down and drink an entire growler.
No, not really. No, not really.
So the sucky thing is, if I have the guys over, I have KBR, have the crew around, we're drinking beer, we're chilling. We have a growler. Oh, that's easy.
That's like 5 people for a growler.
Yeah.
That's not even that many.
Right. If I was really feeling partying, I might be able to finish off a growler, but it would be hard.
That would be a hell of a night.
Once this is opened, we got to drink it all. So, and then again, this is only going to last for 3 or 4 days, just because of the seal and the way it's loaded. Now, these guys, these can last up to a month. Yeah. Because they're completely sealed.
Depending on what kind of beer you get, some of them can actually last longer than a month.
And
it really, really depends.
These are 32 ounces. So depending on where you fill these up at, it's going to cost this. It's going to cost the same. So they're going to charge for a 32 ounce. They're going to charge half of what they charge for this because this is 64 ounces. They don't charge any. Most places don't charge any extra for the can itself. So
which is a really, really nice bonus.
Right. So you're getting this can of beer. So you get fresh home draft beer. And I don't know about you, but a 32 ounce beer is the exact right amount to have right after I get off work.
That's a very, very good, healthy portion of beer after work.
I'd be feeling pretty good. They range from anywhere, at least the Party Source, where we get these filled. They range from anywhere from $3 all the way up to $15 or $20.
Some of their really, really limited release beer can get up there, but generally speaking, it's a pretty good price.
But again, if you keep these cold and fresh, they'll be good for a month. Like this one, we just did a review on one that was sitting in the fridge for a month that went through the shipping process.
It's a little bit more than a month old. We've had it.
Yeah.
I think it said that it was filled on 12/21. It is now almost. Actually, no. We're into February now.
Yeah.
Now, if you'd like to see how this process is attained, we will now cut to a clip from a very good friend at the Party Source named J.O. And here it is. Ba-da-la-da-la-da-la.
Hello, folks. Jonathan J.O. Owen.
And Amos Harvey. We are here at the Party Source, per usual.
And we're going to be showing off the amazement of a Crowler. Crowlers are 32-ounce cans that will be filled and sealed. And you want to know what?
If someone knows the name, otherwise.
If you take a beer and you want beer in a can,
That's a way to do it.
and that is a real all-day IPA.
That is one way to do that. I bet we could fit more beer in there than just a 12-ounce can, though.
And you'd be drinking it all day trying to get that beer out of there.
Yeah.
So, Amos, why don't you show us how we really do it?
All right, so we're gonna go ahead, get our beer flowing in here. This is definitely my favorite way to get craft beer because I get delicious craft beer, but craft beer I can drink at home.
I could drink mine, but it's going to take a lot to get it out.
It's true. Hey, this is my can.
Well, can I have some?
I guess so. It's worth sharing. It's a big can.
It's a 32-ouncer. Cheers, folks.
Cheers.
Oh, that was awesome.
It was pretty damn cool.
Yeah. So, so overall, Crowlers are an awesome invention, and I'm glad that they exist now.
Yes.
Now, our first experience, I would say our first experience with the Crowler was at the...
that was Mountain Layers.
Yeah, Mountain Layers.
For me, it was definitely Mountain Layers.
What they would do is, if they were getting low on a keg or they only had a few beers left, they would go ahead and put a few of them in Crowlers and then sell them at slightly discounted prices.
Yeah. And that had a lot to do with the fishing laws in the state.
I know one of the brewers there would say he would get him a Crowler and put it in his trout bag with him.
Yeah.
When he was
well, see, the thing is, you're not allowed to fish with glass containers, I think was the rule.
You can't fish with alcohol technically at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're definitely not allowed to have glass containers.
That's besides. We're getting off
your
subject.
life.
So, if you're into beer and you like draft beer, it doesn't matter what style of draft beer you like. Crowlers are awesome.
Crowlers are very cool.
If you have them available in your area, I would highly recommend trying one. Again, it's similar to a growler. The only thing is it'll last a little longer. So you can get multiple ones. So the great thing about this is, if I were to go fill 5 growlers up, that's a lot of beer. It's a lot of money, and then those are only going to be 4 to 5 days. If I filled 5 32-ounce cans up, that would last me a month easy. If I were to have one every couple days,
Mm-hmm.
none of those
depending
would
on
go
what
bad.
you get filled with, it can last a little bit longer. It's It's very, very dependent on the beer.
And another reason. Remember, the enemies of beer are light and air.
Yes.
So
both of these are bad things for beer.
let's try some beer. Now this specific one is, again, this can was filled on 12/21 and is currently 2/3. So it's February 3rd.
We've gone a little ways into the month.
So you can see still plenty of carbonation in that beer.
Looks all right.
Nice surge. This is a milk stout.
Rocky. Oh, it actually might be
2 carbon.
it might be alive.
So, there it goes over the side.
It's alive. You done
And
did
I'm
it
sure
now.
this is still perfectly fresh. Very nice stout. This is from the Brash Brewing Company in Texas.
Uh-huh.
So, sent to us by a subscriber.
Very cool.
And a friend.
It was very, very cool. Excuse me. Another thing I want to say about Crowlers is it depends on how much you get a glass growler filled. You might actually be doing something good for the environment. I'm going to drink some of this and then I'll explain it more later.
I mean, metal's easy recyclable than glass, isn't it? You doing all right? You chewing that beer?
There's a big old mouthful of head you gave me there.
It's a good beer.
My goodness.
It's a good beer.
Whew. I'll tell you what. That's almost like a dessert.
It's decadent.
See, here's the thing. To vitrify glass, I'll tell you about why this is a green option. If you get a growler, say once a month or so, Say you use a growler 10 times. That's 10 months. That's a lot of use out of a growler, right? To vitrify enough glass to make a growler, you could make literally hundreds of that can right there.
And it can be recycled and reused.
And it can be recycled and reused. Glass can also be recycled and reused, but it has to be remelted down and then recast. This is a very, very energy efficient way to get a whole crap load of beer into your face.
Draft beer. All right, that's been our episode. If there's something you'd like to see on our channel, you can leave a comment down below. If you'd like to see more Beer 101s, let us know. That's been our episode. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.